Hi guys, John, the firearms instructor. What is your defensive strategy? Are you the type of person that puts your head in the sand and think it's never going to happen to me? Are you the type of person, or would like to be the type of person, that takes their defensive strategy in their own hands to become a better shooter? Well, if that's you, this video's for you, because we're going to give you 10 things you need to know before buying your first pistol, that you're not being like an ostrich with your head in the sand thinking it's never going to happen to me. There's people that bury their head in the sand, and there's people who are ready to help themselves become not a victim. And that's what we are looking for, those type of people. If you're thinking about buying a gun for the first time, or you've already bought a pistol, this video's for you. I'm going to walk you through 10 things I think about that you need to think about before you start going around doing anything. Because being a gun owner without a plan, like an ostrich, you do. If you get a plan together and start working on that plan, when stuff hits the fan, you'll know what to do. So don't be an ostrich. Here are 10 things you need to know before you purchase your first pistol. Number one is self-defense isn't just owning a gun. I bought a pistol. Yay! What's that mean? Do you know how to use it? Can you rack it? Can you shoot it? Do you know the simple manipulations of it? Buying a pistol doesn't make you safe. Matter of fact, if you don't know what you're doing with the firearm, it could be a detriment to you. You need to understand the safety features of it. You need to understand how to load it. You need to know how to shoot it. As a firearms instructor who specializes in new students, majority of people bring a pistol in that they've never shot before in their life, and they're going to take it into a range and try to wing it. That's not the way to do it. There are a lot of little things. It's not rocket science, guys, but there are a lot of stuff, that little minute things that you might need to know before you shoot the thing to get it to understand. So buying the pistol is just one part of it. Number two is knowing why you're buying the pistol. Are you buying it for home defense? Are you buying it for range time? Are you buying it for carry? There are 3 different models there, but they could be one model if you pick the right size barrel. A lot of people nowadays are buying one gun for everything, which is okay. That's fine, especially if you're not a gun guy and you just want to have something for home defense. Home defense, concealed carry, range time. What purpose are you going to use for the weapon? It's going to make a difference. We don't want to buy a little tiny pistol for range time. The shorter the barrel, the harder it is to shoot. The shorter the pistol, the more recoil you have. The bigger the pistol, less recoil you have. The longer your sight radius, the more accurate you're going to be. The shorter your sight radius, the less accurate you're going to be. If you have big hands, is a small gun going to be a problem for you? If you have small hands, will a big gun be a problem for you? These are things you need to think about besides just looking at price. Talking about price, fits matters more than flash. You don't need a $3,000 staccato to make you a better shooter. Matter of fact, every week we have people in with these high-end 1911s that suck at shooting because it's not about the pistol. The pistol's only as accurate as the student behind it, and understanding how to trigger press and trigger pull and grip and stance and everything else. Yes, you could spend that money and attempt to be a better shooter, but that never really works in our favor that way. So I don't believe anybody needs to spend that kind of money. It may sound a little fuddy-duddy, but stick with Smith & Wesson, stick with Glock, stick with the Taurus if you want to. Get your budget that you need. Find the best gun you can buy for the price point. Look on YouTube. There's plenty of reviews on it. I'm a big Smith & Wesson fan. I'm a Glock okay guy. I wouldn't say I'm in love with Glocks, but they do shoot. Ruger is a good name brand product. Taurus is a good name brand product. Doesn't matter what it is, just make sure it fits your hand and you feel comfortable with it. The better the trigger is, the less stiff the trigger is, the more accurate you'll be. But you do not need to spend high end money to make you a better shooter. It's like me buying a high end guitar. I don't know how to play guitar. Would that $3,000 Gibson make me sound any better, even though I don't know how to play a guitar? I don't believe it would. I think the $20 pawn shop guitar or the $10,000 Les Paul, all neither one of them are going to sound good in my hands. But I know that Eddie Van Halen grabbed a hold of that $20 pawn shop a guitar. He'd definitely be able to play it, and definitely would be no issue, and it would sound just like him. He's just going to upgrade his product, and you can upgrade as well as you get there, but start with something that's going to fit matter than flash. Number 4 is caliber isn't everything. I am going to get the biggest caliber I can shoot because I know that at that point in time when it impacts, it's going to do the most damage. Well, the problem with high impacting ammo like 40 and 45 and 357 and all, they've got a lot of muzzle flip, a lot of uncontrollable stuff that causes you to flinch a little bit during shooting. I would recommend anybody to stick with a 9mm. 9mm is going to be an easier round, economical round, and easy to find anywhere that you go to any range. Pretty economically, $14 to $18 a box for 50 rounds. Pretty reasonable, and you're not going to get a ton of recoil from that. And the less recoil less recoil management we have, the more control we have of the weapon. So caliber isn't everything. Number 4. Number 5 is recoil is real. You have to understand that if that gun's too snappy or that gun's heavy, those things can crush your confidence. But we don't control the weapon with our hands. We control the weapon with leverage. For a man, you use your pecs. For a woman, you use your back. You can't ignore recoil. You must control it the best you can, and take in a class or two to learn how to put the leverage on the pistol will control the weapon and keep the weapon loaded. No matter what age you are, guys, it's not about the control of the weapon through your hands. It's a control to the weapon through your foundation, which starts at your feet and goes all the way to your hands. And the hands are not going to be able to give us 100%. You have a 60-40 grip on most people. Your dominant hand is about 40%, and your non-dominant hand is about 60%. And we need to work on that on a regular basis to become more proficient with a pistol. All right. Number 6 is conceal carry laws matter. If you're going to have a weapon and you are planning to carry, you must know your laws of the states you're going to travel in. Uniquely, Florida has a lot of reciprocity agreements with multiple states. As a Florida resident, you're going to get 36 states you could carry concealed in. Florida's laws are a little different than every state you travel in. And it's your responsibility to know every law and every regulation as you travel. If you don't know the laws and regulations, you could put yourself in some legal trouble. So make sure that you get the USCCA, which will be the link down below. That's a good one to look at. They have a mobile reciprocity app that you can purchase that'll give you laws and regulations, which is updated on a regular basis. But you've got to know the laws and regulations of every state. You can carry with Florida. If you are a non-resident, you can get a Florida permit and get 30 of those states to carry in. So we do offer that services as well. I would recommend, if you plan to carry, kind of figure out where you're going to be and make sure you stay in legal, up to date with all the legal information to make you safer and keep you out of legal trouble. Just because you say you have your concealed carry, you still must follow the state laws and federal laws as you travel. And remember, always state laws outweigh federal laws in the beginning. Number 7 is you need to train and train a lot, I say. You need to get yourself into a system that's going to allow you to work like our Masterclass. Guys, we offer a Masterclass that gives you the ability to master your handgun in 4 short weeks. The next one is starting July 7th, Monday night at 7 p.m. We're going to give you everything you need to master your handgun in a course-laden system. The course not only has PowerPoint presentation every Monday night at 7 p.m., it's got the videos correlated to what we're going to talk about the PowerPoint. Like when I say proper grip, you're going to see a video of proper grip. When I talk about sight alignment, you're going to see a product about sight alignment. And it helps you that you're going to get a free ebook and you get feedback from me each week on your targets. You're going to get a homework thing that you have to do each week, and you're going to turn that homework in. This masterclass we started it in February, and it's going strong. We help 10 to 15 students on a monthly basis become more proficient and more accurate with their firearm. Training is so important. I highly recommend, if you are new to shooting, before you even walk into a range, see if you can set up a training class for you and your significant other. So when the gun's in the home, you have that beginning of a great foundation, which will allow you to become confident. And once you're confident with a weapon, accuracy will come after that fact. Number 8 is safety comes first. You must always understand the safety rules of a firearm. If you don't know them, the number 1 safety rule of all safety rules is treat the weapon if it's always loaded. If the weapon is always loaded, where's your finger not going to be? On the trigger. What are you not going to point it at? Anything you love and don't want to destroy. And always keep the weapon pointed downrange. The safety rules are something you need to bury into your system and always, always, always fall back to them. When in doubt, magazine out, then rack the slide. If you're looking at a pistol, it's closed. You just assume what, guys? Assume what on a firearm, a rifle, a shotgun, a pistol, a frying pan? They are always loaded. Safety, safety, safety. You could be the biggest marksman in the world. Stack, stack, stack rounds. But if you suck at safety, you suck. Because you have to be careful what you're doing with that firearm. Number 9 is budget more than just the gun. Think about it. We don't need to buy. I talked about this, but we want to make sure we're getting everything we need. We got the gun, right? But what about the holster? What about the ammo? What about the training? What about the accessories? We need to budget for more than just the gun itself. You want to think about other things we're going to do. Firearm is the first thing we look at. My suggestion, it should be training's the first thing you look at. Then in a proper training class like what we offer, we're a training facility. Our job is to make you the most comfortable person you can be. And there's a lot of things you can do to buy a gun online and things like that, but you don't get to shoot them first. Here's a pro tip. Do not buy a pistol without shooting it first. And we got to get everybody. Guys, listen. If the gun is barely fitting your hand, what's it going to do for mama? Let's get mama happy first. Find a pistol that she can shoot, she can run. You guys can run that pistol as well. Because a man doesn't really, a woman has to work at it to control the weapon because they're using their back muscles to control the weapon. A man can shittily hold the gun and shoot it okay. I know shittily is not a word, but we use it. So you need a budget for more than just a gun. You need to think about, if you're going to carry, you want to think about your holster. You want to think about the ammo. You want to think about hollow points. You want to think about maybe extra magazines, maybe a cleaning kit, maybe cleaning gear. Don't be blindsided by owning a gun responsibly with the extra cost. There's not a ton of cost in, but you got to think about it, right? You bought a car, right? You should change your oil on a regular basis. You need to check the tires on it once in a while. You need to do a walk around once in a while to make sure you don't have any nails in your tire or anything else like that. You have to maintenance it sooner or later. Now, Jacob here, my son, we offer a free maintenance class for anybody who wants one. You just come on a Sunday. Jacob will show you how to fish. He will not clean it for you, but he's going to teach you how to clean it, which is going to give you more confidence as well. This is not rocket science. It's a machine, and machines need to be lubricated and they need to be oiled. And you could go to YouTube and look it up if you don't find a video where the guy spends 25 minutes talking about something off distance. But the simple part of YouTube, you can scroll in and scroll out to find just what you need. And if you're thinking about getting a pistol, I would recommend you spend some YouTube time seeing what the cons and the pros are. And number 10 is a mindset. You need to have the mindset that you are the man or the woman. The most important thing you bring to a gunfight is the gun there, but you got to have the confidence and the mindset to be able to do something with the gun. Can't have a gunfight without having a pistol, but you got to know what to do with it. If you don't know what to do with it, or you're in a situation, because we always talk about, hey, in a high adrenaline dump, your body's going to deem everything it thinks unnecessary. So that vision may go down, the grip may go down, the stance may go down, all the stuff may happen because you've never been in a situation like that. And you get a high adrenaline dump, your body acts totally different than it does when we have no adrenaline dump. So those are the 10 things to keep you getting your head out of the sand and start thinking more defensively. Worst things you can do is think, head in the sand, it's not going to happen to me. It's not going to happen to me until it happens to you and you're not prepared. Buying a pistol without thinking it through is like an ostrich with head in the sand, hoping nothing ever happened. And I looked this up because I really wanted to. I've heard this story multiple times, and I watched Netflix, and that's what ostriches do. If they can't see the danger, they're not in danger. And they put their head in the sand cools their head off, and if their head's cool, their body's cool, and they bury their head in the sand. They sleep like that. So it's kind of a unique thing. I thought, well, I can't believe it happened, but they do. So look it up. It's kind of neat. So you can't act like nothing's going to happen. Keep in mind, a defensive strategy is preparation, training, and mindset. So if you're serious about protecting yourself or your loved ones, you can start with an education, not just equipment. We offer 2 different kind of training systems we offer. You can grab one of our eBooks. Our eBooks are in the description down below, and all you really have to do is pick one of those books and put it in the cart and put free ebook at checkout, and it's yours for free. What are they about? They're about grip. They're about stance. They're about trigger control, sight picture, sight alignment, and everything you really need to feel more comfortable. I've got one of our best books is Why Do I Shoot Low and Left? It's this very standard thing people do. And I break it down to a science effect of why you're shooting low and left so you can stop it. Most of all of our training classes are giving you the power and the education to understand what you're doing wrong and make you a better shooter. So if you're looking to master your handgun, if you're looking to shoot better, if you're looking to be the best shooter you can be, check out the Masterclass. The Masterclass is down below. It starts July 7th. It's for 5 weeks, five weeks. And what it does for you, it gives each week we go through a training system for you that builds. First week is about foundations, about grip and stance and trigger control. Second week is all about trigger. This trigger is the thing that causes most manipulation. This class is for new shooters. This class is for shooters that have been shooting a while but just can't figure it out. Someone who's fall back or getting back into it. This is a great education. You get to work directly with me for 4 weeks for the low cost of $89.99. And if you put save 5 now, there's a little coupon code that gives you $5 off and makes it $84.99. $84.99 to work with me to master your handgun in 4 short weeks. What do you have to do? You have to be on a live webinar every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we go through the PowerPoint of the week, which will explain what drills we're going to do this week, what homework you have. Your job is to take the paper and the targets, the downloadable targets from the course, take them to your local range. Everything we do is 5 rounds or less in the magazine. So every drill each week is about 50 rounds you're going to do. You do need to get to the range once a week. You do need to shoot your targets. You do need to turn your targets in for me to identify what I see you're doing wrong so we can get together and help you become the best shooter you can be. $84.99 is a steal for that. And then I'm going to give you one more. I am going to give you a ebook of Master Your Class, and I'm going to give you a money back guarantee. If you don't, I'm so sure that you will improve your accuracy in 5 short weeks. I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is and tell you money back guarantee. If you want to know more, or you want to discuss it with me, my information is down below. You can always comment, let me know, and I'll send you any information that you'd like to know about it. If you want to become the best shooter you can be, stop wasting your time at the range doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. It's not going to happen unless you know how to solve it. And that's the beautiful thing about the masterclass. By the end of it, you are going to know what's causing your inaccuracy. You are going to know what's going to make you a better shooter. And we are going to show you it through the course, through the ebook, through the videos that are attached to the course, through the PowerPoint presentation, because many of us can learn by just reading it and doing it. Some have to do it and read it and see it and do it. And that's where you consume it, and it embeds a lot easier for you. Well, I'm John, the firearms instructor, and I specialize in you, and I appreciate you watching this video. If you found any value in what I said today, don't forget to comment down below. We don't ask you to subscribe. If you want to subscribe, you can, but that's not our point here. I want to support and help you as much as possible. That's why I'm John, the firearms instructor. Until next time, God bless, be safe, and remember, you are your first line defense. I love you guys. Good night.